Magyar szólások és közmondások angolul beszélőknek.
Hungarian sayings and proverbs for English speakers. Possibilities.
Nincs lehetetlenség, csak tehetetlenség.
Okay, we've got some long ones here. Lehetetlenség means impossibility. We'll actually break this word down at the end of the video. Tehetetlenség means powerlessness or hopelessness. Just two other words. Nincs means is not or does not exist. So in Hungarian we don't do nem von, we use nincs. So nincs is not, does not exist. Csak, only. In many cases in Hungarian we don't use von. So even though it says csak, think of it as csak von. Only is. It does not exist. Impossibility. Only helplessness. We'd probably say it more like there's no such thing as impossibility, only helplessness. Not sure if I entirely agree with that. So what sort of barriers could you have to make something difficult to do? Let's look at the physical ones first. An obstacle, odoké. A fence, kerítés. A wall, fal. And a dam, gát. So these are all physical barriers which you may or may not be able to get around. Not all barriers are physical though. Let's look at some non-physical barriers. Lack of education, oktatás hiánya. Szegénység is poverty. Nyelv is language. If you don't speak the language of the place that you live in, it is a big barrier, which is one of the reasons why we learn languages. But not only that, there's also subtleties within the language. So you've got to not only speak English, for example, but in certain situations you need to speak formal English. In other situations you need to speak a more relaxed language. And also ország, the country that you live in. So you could speak the language, but for example, as a child, I wanted to be an astronaut. Ignoring the fact that I'm half blind and female, living in New Zealand meant that would never happen. Genetics. Some of your genetics are modified by your environment, but some aren't. So if you want to be a basketball player and you're very short, forget it. Let's have a look at some word building, because this is something that Hungarian does really well. We're going to start with the word lenni, which is one of the two versions of the verb to be, the other one being vonni. You can tell it's an infinitive because it's got the ni on the end. Now lenni is one of the 9 irregular verbs in Hungarian. Its root is le. So lehet, be possible. The het meaning possibility. Lehetetlen is impossible. The etlen making it a negative adjective. And as we've seen before, we can add ség to make that a noun. Impossibility. Now, if we want to be positive, you take the lehet and you add an Lehető is something that's possible. And then we add the ség to make it a noun, possibility. Lehetőség. Let's try the other one. Tenni is to do, to place, to make. The ni shows that it is a infinitive, and the dictionary form is tes. So when you look it up in the dictionary, you'll see te That's the dictionary form. He, she, it, does, places, makes. Like with Lenny, the root is te, just take out just the te, and adding the het means you can do it, can place it, can make it, can do. And then to make helpless or powerless, we add that negative etlen. To make it into a noun, we add the shag. Tehetetlenség, helplessness. It does depend where you put that shag though. So if you go tehet, which is can do, shag, and then telen, it means untalented. So tehet shag means talent, and tehet shag telen, untalented. Tehet shagesh is talented.
Nincs lehetetlenség, csak tehetetlenség.
Nothing's impossible, there's just powerlessness or helplessness. To a point. And the more you prepare and the more you work, the less likely you are to be helpless or powerless. So keep on studying, keep on hanging in there, and you will make progress. Life is full of possibilities.